This show is part of OnePlace, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to today's Sports Roundup. We are diving into the biggest headlines from the golf course to the hardwood, bringing you the essential details on the athletes and teams making waves right now.
Gary Woodland returns to Augusta after a harrowing brain surgery.
The 2026 Masters kicks off with golf's biggest stars competing.
Oklahoma City Thunder secure the West's top seed once again.
Connor McDavid nets a hat trick to lead the Oilers.
Chet Holmgren dominates as the Thunder clinch the best record.
Bryce Harper seeks a new deal following a teammate's extension.
The exclusive Masters Garden Gnome returns with a new design.
Thunder victory leaves the Clippers fighting for playoff positioning.
First, Gary Woodland's journey. Gary Woodland is back at Augusta National, and his presence there is nothing short of a miracle. The 2019 U.S. Open champion underwent a grueling craniotomy in late 2020 to remove a benign brain tumor that had been causing him debilitating panic attacks and fear. For months, Woodland lived in a state of constant terror, believing he was going to die every time he got into a car or stepped onto a plane. The tumor was pressing against the part of his brain that regulates fear, leading to partial seizures and physical tremors. Surgeons had to drill a baseball-sized hole in his skull to remove the lesion, a procedure that would end many athletic careers.
Despite the physical and mental toll, Woodland returned to professional golf just 115 days after the surgery. He was recently honored with the PGA Tour Courage Award, a testament to his resilience. However, the battle isn't entirely over. He still manages symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder stemming from the ordeal. During the Masters Par 3 challenge, he shared an emotional moment with his children, emphasizing that being there with them is exactly what he fought for. His story has become one of the most inspirational narratives on the tour, proving that his strength extends far beyond his powerful driving and steady putting. He is truly a symbol of perseverance for fans and fellow competitors alike.
Now to the tournament. The 2026 Masters Tournament is officially underway at the historic Augusta National Golf Club, and the energy is electric. This year, 91 of the world's elite golfers are vying for the iconic green jacket, following Rory McIlroy's deeply satisfying redemption story last year. The field is packed with heavy hitters like Scottie Scheffler, Jon Rahm, and Bryson DeChambeau, all looking to etch their names into golf history. Thursday's opening round sets the stage for a high-stakes weekend, where only the top 50 players will survive the cut to play on Saturday and Sunday. Fans are glued to the leaderboard as the first major of the year begins to reveal who has the composure to handle Augusta's challenging greens.
For those looking to catch every moment, the broadcast schedule is split between several networks. ESPN is handling the afternoon coverage for the first 2 rounds, while CBS takes over for the crucial weekend play. Streaming options are also plentiful through platforms like Fubo, Paramount Plus, and the official Masters app. Beyond the scores, the tournament represents the pinnacle of tradition in the sport, with every tee time and pairing meticulously watched. Whether it's a seasoned veteran looking for another win, or a first-timer hoping to shock the world, the Masters remains the most prestigious stage in golf. We'll be tracking the highlights and key shifts in the leaderboard as the drama unfolds over the next few days.
Moving to the NBA. The Oklahoma City Thunder have officially locked up the number 1 seed in the Western Conference for the 3rd consecutive season. This achievement puts them in an incredibly elite category, joining legendary franchises like the 1980s Celtics and the Showtime Lakers. By defeating the Los Angeles Clippers 128-110, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and his squad proved once again that they are the team to beat. They finished the regular season with a stellar 64-16 record, holding off a late surge from San Antonio. This consistency is rare in the modern NBA, and it highlights the incredible depth and talent the Thunder have built. They are now only the 3rd team in history to win at least 64 games in back-to-back seasons.
MVP candidate Shai Gilgeous-Alexander noted that repeating this success is actually harder than the initial breakthrough because the league constantly adjusts. He emphasized that the team had to weather significant adversity this year to earn their spot at the top. While the regular season success is historic, the Thunder are fully focused on the playoffs, where they hope to become the first team since Michael Jordan's Bulls to win consecutive titles after holding the best record. The road to the championship officially goes through Oklahoma City, giving them home court advantage throughout the postseason. With a young core that plays with the poise of veterans, the defending champs are looking more dangerous than ever as they prepare for the first round of the playoffs.
Next, on to the ice. Connor McDavid reminded the hockey world why he is considered the best player on the planet with a dominant 5-point performance against the San Jose Sharks. After a frustrating overtime loss to Utah, where the Oilers blew multiple leads, McDavid took matters into his own hands. He recorded his 15th career hat trick and added 2 assists in a 5-2 victory, propelling Edmonton into first place in the Pacific Division. His coach, Chris Knobloch, praised McDavid's focus, noting that he was dialed in from his very first shift. McDavid's speed and playmaking ability were on full display, leaving even his opponents in awe. Macklin Celebrini, the young Sharks star and McDavid's Olympic teammate, admitted it was frustrating to play against such a high level of talent.
This performance also solidified McDavid's lead in the Art Ross Trophy race, as he now has 133 points on the season. He is currently 6 points ahead of Nikita Kucherov and is closing in on another 50-goal season, needing just 3 more goals in the final 3 games. While the individual accolades are impressive, McDavid's primary focus is securing the division title for Edmonton. The Oilers currently hold a 2-point lead over the Vegas Golden Knights, though Vegas has a game in hand. If McDavid continues to play at this level, the Oilers will be a terrifying matchup for anyone in the postseason. His ability to create scoring chances out of nothing remains the X factor that could lead Edmonton to a deep playoff run this year.
Back to the Thunder. In the game that clinched the top seed for Oklahoma City, Chet Holmgren was the standout star. He put up a massive 30 points and grabbed 14 rebounds, dominating the paint against the Los Angeles Clippers. Holmgren's performance in the first half alone, where he scored 24 points, helped the Thunder build a 25-point lead that the Clippers simply couldn't overcome. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander also contributed significantly with 20 points and 11 assists, extending his incredible streak of scoring at least 20 points to 141 consecutive games. The Thunder's efficiency was off the charts, shooting over 58% from the field. This victory was their 7th straight win, showcasing a team that is peaking at exactly the right time as the regular season winds down.
On the other side, the Clippers are in a precarious position. Despite 20 points from Kawhi Leonard, the loss leaves them in 8th place, fighting to avoid the play-in tournament's more difficult path. They need to win one of their final 2 games to secure their 15th consecutive winning season, a streak that seemed unlikely earlier in the year. The Clippers' upcoming game against Portland is essentially a must-win to stay in the 8th spot. Meanwhile, the Thunder are heading to Denver with the luxury of having already secured home court advantage throughout the playoffs. Their defensive effort was particularly impressive in this game as they completely shut down the Clippers' fast break opportunities. It was a complete team win that reinforced why Oklahoma City is the defending champion and the top seed.
Now, some MLB drama. The Philadelphia Phillies might have a brewing internal issue following the contract extension of pitcher Christopher Sanchez. The team signed the southpaw to a 6-year, $107 million deal after his breakout 2025 season. While the move was seen as a smart tactical decision to lock down a top rotation arm, it has reportedly agitated franchise star Bryce Harper. Harper is now seeking a new deal of his own, using the Sanchez extension as a precedent for merit-based raises. However, the situation is complicated because Harper is already under a massive contract that runs through 2031. The Phillies front office is in a tough spot as they want to keep their superstar happy, but also have to manage a payroll that is already quite substantial for the coming years.
This tension follows an off-season where Harper and the Phillies leadership reportedly clashed over his performance and internal communications. Harper expressed frustration that private meetings were being discussed outside the organization. which he felt violated the team's in-house policy. While the Phillies have a very strong roster capable of a deep run, having an unhappy franchise player can be a major distraction. If the front office doesn't address Harper's concerns soon, this could escalate into a larger problem that affects team chemistry. For now, it's a situation of thin ice in Philadelphia. Fans are watching closely to see if the team will restructure Harper's deal or if the star will have to play through his frustration as the season progresses. It is a high-stakes game of leverage.
Back to Augusta. While the green jacket is the ultimate prize for players, for fans at the Masters, the ultimate prize is a garden gnome. Since 2016, the Masters gnome has become a cult phenomenon and one of the most sought-after pieces of memorabilia in sports. Each year, the design changes, and for 22-6, the gnome features a fully functional Masters-branded umbrella. The exclusivity is real. You can only buy these gnomes if you are physically present at Augusta National, and they are limited to one per customer. Fans are known to arrive at the course hours before sunrise, just to secure a spot in line at the gift shop. This year, the club even had to issue a bulletin stating that parking lots wouldn't open until 6 a.m. to manage the crowds.
The secondary market for these gnomes is massive, with resellers often listing them for many times their original retail price. This has made it even harder for genuine fans to get their hands on one. The gnome has taken a few breaks in the past, like in 2017, which only added to its legendary status among collectors. Whether it's wearing a classic caddy jumpsuit or holding a tiny umbrella, the gnome represents a quirky side of the otherwise very serious and traditional tournament. For many patrons, the trip to Augusta isn't complete without carrying one of these heavy ceramic figures around the course all day. It's a fascinating example of how a simple garden decoration can become a high-stakes item of desire in the world of professional golf memorabilia.
Finally, NBA standings. The Oklahoma City Thunder's win over the Clippers didn't just help OKC, it sent ripples through the entire Western Conference standings. By securing the top seed, the Thunder have guaranteed home court advantage throughout the playoffs, a massive benefit given their dominance at home this season. Meanwhile, the Clippers' loss has intensified the battle for the 8th spot. They are now tied in a tight race with the Portland Trail Blazers, and their upcoming head-to-head matchup will likely determine who gets the more favorable play-in position. Finishing 8th is crucial because it only requires one win to advance, whereas the 9th-place team has to win 2 consecutive games against tough opponents like the Golden State Warriors. The pressure is mounting for these veteran teams as the season concludes.
Elsewhere in the league, the San Antonio Spurs continued their hot streak, winning 18 of their last 20 games by beating the Trailblazers. De'Aaron Fox was the star for San Antonio, showing that they will be a dangerous out in the postseason despite their lower seeding. The Denver Nuggets also kept pace, winning their 10th straight game to solidify their hold on the 3rd seed in the West. In the Eastern Conference, the Detroit Pistons showed their dominance by demolishing the Milwaukee Bucks, while the Atlanta Hawks are still fighting to secure a top 6 finish to avoid the play-in tournament entirely. With only a few games left, every single basket matters for playoff positioning. The intensity is at an all-time high as teams jockey for the best possible path to the finals.
That wraps up our sports roundup for today. Thanks for joining us for these essential updates. Be sure to follow the show for your next daily briefing on the stories that matter most.